Awingobit me mo akwaba.
Ejiso.
Yes bibi aboko de.
Adumpa.
Ye de ready ase. Na de bia ye ka importers and exporters association. Momo ye hwan.
You me that say me chia oti for and I have for I've been here for a very long time.
Yeah.
Na minia Mr. Speaker o qualify na
odudu no kakra.
Odudu no kakra yo. Ma me jide se onu hoye. Na bebia o team me chia no no pawe. Na Mr. Ziga say I know the first day I may know by into contact.
Yeah.
Maybe if I probably have met you maybe as a result of my job I wouldn't know.
Yeah.
But in studio this is my first time and me bawo abasupa.
Ibua na obeba no kasa na mo office na be show TV.
Oh, right. Me that's super. And Richard Obojuma. Kessben group ni na yedamo ase. Mosumo ka na Ghana kwa yi. Importers and Exporters Association institution na yetigu ha se omontimi enkasa nebo dwadifo omofa nema free amanone eba Ghana beto ena omo amofa nema free Ghana ha eko amanone koto yefana export nti ye research sometimes you port to port you Nigerian port ship line fane makoho na se ukoyi nema wa Nigeria port customs ejumbe no moye shipping lines then omo de yema dwadifo ewo ho you to go port you Benin you Kenya you Ivory Coast haya ene you Ghana sometimes let me draw a bind say buy babia ya no yadwuma say oh uko other porter antisena policy we na the we mu banzana bagana na this is how you the Ghana for. And so we have been more or less a think tank who do much more research and advocacy. You can't research and advocacy. You compare and contrast Juma across other partner or share fees and charges, yet you are duties, yet you are Amanahunu. Jodifo ekotu
no amanu mu
whether udi nema bat flower border udi nema ba elibu udi nema free sampa bokumikrum musa sankan so anywhere you are bringing goods from and then the challenges that you go through ko hamle what is the goods the challenge that you go through no hona ye ni boso pa na say kachira ban they say catch custom na catch custom say catch asam chere Minister of Trade and you draw my attention here can say catch yam pulley super authority to say look this is what is going on against Jodifo na dey over and so all the time who say make yakasa ama Jodifo o mo fa dem come na no mo fa dem but your research na approve say no how and the difficulties and challenges that Jodifo will Ghana ha a country especially say ye be yin because ye yin man na ye do mfa dem ba maka na obato and so this is the areas that this important that's what association na eku ejino ha ema Jodifo.
Okay na ka kire na wo ka se mo ye research mo hwe Kenya de na ma hwe Cote d'Ivoire de ma hwe Togo de ne ade a in West Africa say 16 countries in West Africa no one na omo port as compared to Ghana ye port na te say ye port ne bo na den wo yi no ma ne bo den as compared to other ports no any West Africa na ho amode na e wo fom pa
port wo fom pa metwa ka say Africus your friends Lome Togo ne fom pa omo ye duty free but en say omo ntua duty but what it means is say ye de no akoye upfront Awingobit ko fa nema free amano ba nema no duty na so otua 3 million Ghana cedis I say customer European thing say 3 million Ghana cedis no but okolo me porter omo wo bigger spaces now we back say until for Lumi and Togo to Ghana because Ghana is bigger than Togo but however they also have a port so we measure them based on ports so omodi nema na ba you can't duty free porter omodi nema na ba to say cars say Asaki they name cars ba there's a place that is called holding area it's a holding cars no
now
holding area yes now ziga so person talk car no me important na wa ba say open car we na match me cost of the car now. Now you go to custom. So you pay me my money. Then you take the kit to custom. The custom will now assess the duty. Now what I will tell me car one about your duty now. Then you now pick it. So if it's more cooking oil, then you will now pay and now take it to what they call the economic community or the economic zone.
So
and say or be a fan name about do my pot or by you name or the back Kanishi and now the back of Abusuka and now Okatamasu. So it's not directly say who important or who never me offend say you must pay.
Oh, I see. And the whole kind of metiasia is a duty free nature say. Ebia me pese me koyi noma. So ebia me car na ba. Eda me ba me car no edia meton me fa se me kraka ton.
Yes.
Eti bia de me makokra no. Le bia me ton ade ama no. Na maka chen se member Jimmy Misika we on na be duty.
I don't know or the over the kid no be come customs for no, then they will assess him. He will pay and now take it to the economic zone. Say importer bia fa nema ba. Me obi wo obuso kan spare parts. Me nema na me de ba spare parts. Nipa no oba member no bo no otuemika na ofa kid no the custom there will not assess. He will pay and take the goods to Obuso to sell.
And the payment not to say.
And so
the payment as compared to Ghana the no do any the buyer they need to say payment.
Oh sure more it is so almost safe and stable and there's not like fluctuation. Then oko Nigerians so they also have a fixed something like a fixed rate. Until odi nema okra nema ba you know to say obi to say car me use no maybe obi use the same car me no yeah imported Land Cruiser na Land Cruiser met you our Ghana ha no maybe met you let's say maybe 1 million as a duty or 800,000 as a duty oko to Nigeria ni probably to say maybe 200,000 or yin there one challenge no so that is how you say you cannot compete sometimes no what who say amount for the name of be Nigeria, the same goods I make fire China, the same goods on also fire phones, maybe another phones, another LED TV or whatever. You do due to not Chiano, any due to me Chiano, and then or the Baha Grumpa or the Falcon Baha or the Sutton for done. How much we pay in our port here? Because the digital company now here maybe a more example. At the time I'm already France. I call a common extended tariff by no. Was it 2015? Yes, 2015, if my memory serves me right. At that time, I can say, a name over to my year, wow, crum no. For new born, call 20%. No, you're 10%. Okay, and more 10%. Cooking oil and one and others had moved to 35. At that time, we were paying 20%. But, Ghana, no, we were Ghanaian. Government were already collecting a more import duty of 20%. We did not reduce to 10%. We still maintain the 20%. Ghanaian government was taking frozen chicken, cooking oil, vegetables, oil, and other things at 20%. You are paying 35% import duty. And to say all imported frozen chicken to Ghana, no, we also imported the same to Africa, sir. The payment is not going to be the same. Apart from 35% import duty, which your invoice value, no. So my invoice, no, chicken number the banner say my invoice value 100,000 now. Duties, fees, and charges that are paid accumulatively about around let's say 60% or 65% of your invoice value. So at the end of the day, you see, Obibaka say offer $100,000 value, you have to look for let's say $50,000 or $55,000 to be able to pay sa o nemana offer ban. So it's so much because offer a tax bill now over who import duty 35%, over who import VAT they call import VAT you call 15%, over who get fund 2.5. One who health insurance 2.5. If you don't cry that's what net. One AU, I think AU is 2.0% or so. So many things that you have to pay. Where Nina accumulatively the percentage that you have to pay now is about 65% of your invoice.
I see.
So it's a huge challenge.
Yes.
Now the West now say, who got your duty when we know now person you continue. Now custom and shipping line will also come. Okay, yes, even though they will never be do to report, one demurrage because within 7 days, I say your amount demurrage free. But you have to pay what we call local deposit. Now, local deposit, and the release no ebinom is collecting as much as your friends as much as 15,000 Ghana cedis gets for deposit, gets for release to release the company. So if I were having 10 containers in one document, saying the paper na the brown, 10 containers on one bit of lading, not that they are taking 15,000 per face value. Shipping line will also say 15,000 times 10 containers on one document.
I see.
And also you are on the bottom of the boy. Until then in a car, but see, you're dying. 2024, omo ye law be Special Authority GSA Act 1122 or so. I've forgotten the act, but that's it. I think the new act is 1122 or so, there was Special Authority Act 2025. A new act, and 2024, sorry. It is a new act that now empower the Ghana Special Authority to make sure say Jadini Kofa Nema Free Maneuver no trying to free that Obedu Ghana said this some of these local charges that they are imposing on us no will no longer hold. If the whole cramp, you must come to agree with the Special Authority. When the Special Authority must sit down and they must approve your fees and charges. And so there's a lot. Say you got so much.
Ghana Shippers Authority Act 2024, Act 1122.
1122.
Yeah.
Is it 1122? That's
1122.
Good. Yes.
Yeah.
So I was right. So now this act is to empower. It has come to empower the Ghana Shippers Authority to now act. I've gone at the list that Yabakana Shippers Authority can only issue a statement. Now I am right. And so make us know. We've just finished finalizing the LI. After the act, they have to get the LI to make it fully robust operational. And so we've reviewed, and I'm sure by now it will be with the ministries or it will be at the Attorney General for their advice or final input. Then we go to Parliament so that they get an LI from this. Then full flare, we are going to move. We make sure that anything that you charge that does not warrant, that Special Authority does not approve, we won't allow you to do that. And so, as I was saying, so apart from the main duty component that you pay to the state, then you also pay these fees and charges. This local handling charges to shipping lines. Then you come to pay fees and charges to state institutions. Maybe more, maybe cooking oil, maybe a NAM, maybe start for instance, veterinary will also say we are charging you this. Standards Authority, we are charging you this. FDA, we are charging you this. Say more. Plan Quarantine Division, we are charged. So all these institutions is also accumulating a cost component that build up.
Say yeah, can be say. Say yeah, better about political parties, on manifesto.
Yes.
Last year I read a lot of manifestos. Now I realized that almost all the political parties. Most of them were talking about duty free. It means that the system now to go for AU. Will you recommend that duty free for Ghana?
I don't remember the first person that spoke about it was Dr. Bamoya, the former vice president. And I came out to raise issues in regards to facilities. And me can say, before election, me can say, by the end of 2023, November, December, October, thereabout, in Ghana, there were a bit to say, I just want to mention some companies, just for example. Offer company to say, Toyota Ghana, okay, and other big companies. Sometimes they bring their goods, Malcolm, Olam, the rest. Sometimes they bring their goods in full load of ship. So those people, they give them what we call custom bonded warehouses. It's like in the form of duty free, but not duty free. What it means is that when you bring those goods, it's a more, you are shipping in one warehouse. That warehouse can belong to the importer, the business owner, or be the customer renting. So they are using it as their facility. So we have Nemana say a cars and I say a money they call Guha. One to your duty. But they have locked the duty component. They have known that this is the duty you owe the state. Maybe a 3 million or 10 million Ghana cedis. Duty component. So but at the so more padlock, business owner or padlock, customer or padlock, say or be warehouse also a padlock. Then you have what we call resident officer, custom or more staff
padlock
or no or more custom officer. Anytime I met as business owner, because I can't pay that 10 million outright, and so they give me that opportunity to go and put the goods there. So they say, "Ziga peso to a more woman." So Ziga ba say up $100. Now my catch my agent na and my officer issue document to customs say I got the buyer who want to take 20 bags or 100 bags. So they will get to your officer. He will assess. They will assess you. Is this I'm supposed to pay 1,000 Ghana cedis or 2,000 for picking that 100 bags?
So now
what they said. So the custom officer there would the resident officer would document back. Yes, they've actually come for this number of bags, no. Yeah. But you have paid the duty before you come for it. You get it because you are the buyer. You are paying me, so I pay the duty. Then you go and pick your cargo.
I see.
But it's not everybody. So most of these people, you get a few who have this privilege. What is it? But majority of Ghanaians are did bogo for more China acquire one container, 2-3 one container. But you have to pay cash before you can pick it.
I see.
So that was why I said in space, so I used a scenario in 2023, 2024 when Bawumia promised the free product. Look, even those who were having this custom bonnet issue benefit that they were enjoying, no, October 2023, thereabout, September, October, November, thereabout, GRA pim that they should pay them the money. Even though on him say, oh, yeah, buyer, but government needed the money, so pay us the money. So, as some about my kind, let me just say, are we going to build some space? Because who got your pot already is congested. So, where are you going to hold the goods for free? So, that was not going to happen. And I tried to explain, as I guess explain that, oh, no, what the name na and you would have due to the buy up front. But Ghana had your up front before you take the goods. But over there in Togo, duty free, no, there is a place. So the never go
which
buyer. I buy pesca every day. If you delay payment, then the government machine cannot work because they are derived from consolidated account. What do you say? And to do now, you're in a consolidated account. We have to pay the so any day the government wake up in the morning, then nobody is paying duty in the portal. They are buying so I see. So all right. So when he proposed that, I said it will no, the dynamic will not be the same, but he promised of a flat rate, and I said maybe if he's talking about a fixed rate, but not a flat rate, because Ghana, we are under certain protocols. We are trading. And so that's why I made mention of ECOWAS Common External Tariff. Yes, that brought it from 0%, 5%, 10%, 20%, and 35% highest. So who goods are you going to bring to flat rate? At what rate? Are you going to say okay, so obedi a mobile 20-footer container, maybe the over to 100,000. Also for spare parts bar 20-footer container, will I also pay the 100,000? Maybe obedi sugar bar 20-footer container, maybe we got 100,000. Obviously, that person, if such a person also paid to 100,000, the value is not the same.
But no,
what they say. So we wanted, yes. So we wanted to sit. That was why I was pushing. Let's sit down. Let's understand. Let's understand what the flower will go for. What?
Obi and
the end, and so Mahama also came and promised. So I said fixed rate, and this was why I will explain the fixed rate.
Okay.
We said at the port there, no. Every week, customs man, let's say China say they have to change the rate to reflect with what we are seeing today. Today, I think dollar is going for 10 cedis, 10 point something. Maybe what? Yeah. 10 point what?
Yeah, no. Yesterday, made the number 11. Nothing.
No, and 10 point something. I've seen. But I'm here to check it for you. And 26.
26.
10 point something. So by tomorrow, custom will have to use that rate.
Okay.
That 10 point something. So can we say 10 point something? For the next 3 months, for the next 4 months, so that he will be predictive. Okay. There's predictability. Say whether the city will go to 15 tomorrow next, or will go to 20 tomorrow next. Ghana government is using 10 city in calculating duty.
Okay.
That one, before, but we are planning ahead. What they are saying, and so yes, even though you want to know whether this city appreciation, what is the benefit out there?
Okay.
And now what's your next question?
Cedi about for me. Be a kahwasema. I'm for your omodie, but my member of the importance.
Okay.
What are you going to do to ensure say the boa government na ma Cedi na etintim se ebia baby adu kra se stagnant ayepe so na se bia amafom bi me no so ankosoro bi ma kakra ene ye fa hu dwane ba ede na mo betime ye de aboa ban a saa seed no ebia se be stagnant na se bia ebe koso abafom na end sign the chibiema yen kase de na ekoso ya artificial importers and exporters association
me da se mbone yo ziga mayembo yenua bema atofoshen ebaso yembo Dr. Esema of Bank of Ghana ebaso yembo yenua Sami Jemfi Gold Board ebaso. These three institutions have come together because look, maybe we can say finance ministries and Bank of Ghana must work together. One is in charge of monetary policy, one is in charge of fiscal policy. And so during Dr. Addison time, Opeja prime rate Kobe said he want to fight inflation. Then he quickly asked Bank Commercial Bank to also increase their lending rate. Then when we want to raise, he said it's about the inflation. And inflation was hovering between 22, was going to 25 or 54 or so. Then when we want to raise, then he said no, he is not in charge of fiscal policy. And that if the fiscal policy was to go to the Ministry of Finance, and he is in charge of monetary policy, so he's at his line. He did not cross someone's line. But look, this fiscal policy, the Ministry of Finance is to implement strategies to control inflation. As we speak, inflation is 21 point something. I think 21.3 or so, or 4, thereabout. Prime rate has been, I think they did a meeting over the week or so. Yeah. And I'm told that they maintain 28 as prime rate. Is that not it? Monetary rate. And the city is now at 10 point something. So what it means, and so inflation has come 21, city 10 point something, prime rate 28. We are asking that commercial banks lending rates to come down. You understand? Because it's because out of inflation that they increase the interest rate. So we are happy that it has come to this far. What we want is we want fixed rate at the port. That's number one. Whether, as I said earlier, whether tomorrow is fluctuating, isn't it? It might go up or it might come down more. We are praying that it will come down more. Now, what can we do to sustainability? That's the question you're asking. We want fixed rate now. Let government meet us and say, oh, we are going to give you maybe 11 cedis or 10 cedis for the next 4 months or for the next 3 months. We thank government if the government should take that bold decision. Because remember, NDC promised that they were going to do tax rationalization. John Mahama, in presidential candidate in 2024, promised the port community that when he became the president, he will rationalize our tax system for us. And he saw a long list, about 22 line items that we are paying. And so when they come, it was said in the budget that after the budget was approved, the finance minister was going to meet us to do what we call VAT reforms. And so we are looking forward to that engagement, that reforms, where they will not tell us how they're going to do the rationalization, and that could also reduce some of the component of taxes that Jodifor is paying in the port. What do you say? And that could bring business, and that could bring price of goods low.
Okay, sir.
Now, hold on. Now, what we will do to support the government, or do we want it to be stagnant? We want it to even come down further. So what we can do is we want to do more export. Ghana for more export to bring. And when I talk of Ghana for more exporter, I'm not talking about gold alone. I'm not talking about diamond alone. Okay, I'm not talking about cocoa alone. I'm talking about non-traditional commodity. And thankfully, you heard say some few months ago, or no days ago, we are in May, right? President Mahama inaugurated a committee called Export Accelerated Development Committee, which he himself is going to be the chairperson. Thankfully, I want to thank him. He has appointed me into that committee. AGI is there, and other export Federation of Ghanaian exporters are there. We are all there.
Congratulations.
Thank you very much. What our committee is supposed to do, Gusitano is there. What we're supposed to do is to help the government. Maybe we really look into our legal framework, our institutional bureaucracies. When one young man like you and Richard want to embark on maybe mango exportation, maybe pawpaw, maybe yam, you want to add value to yam, okay? Right now, I'm told say in the US, the one if you are exporting yam, don't export yam as it is. You can peel it off, okay? Wash it neatly, nicely, package it nicely, frozen it, bring it. It is in their shelves. When they buy it, they go and put it in their fridge. When they come back from work, not that now that I'm back from work, you take off your tie, your jacket. You are now looking for kitchen knife to peel off yam before you can chop it, before you can boil it. The one when they pick it, they boil it. So when we do that and send it, what we do is what it means that you have added value to it, value addition. Then the money, if they were buying at $10, maybe now you can now sell it to your supplier at $15. So you are going to get additional $5. That is the kind of things that we want to do to embark, so that we can do more export. So if you the two want to go to Export Promotion Authority, or you want to go to Standards Authority, you want to go to FDA, you want to go to plan because it's a planned product, you want to go to plan quarantine. So the fees and the charge, or even the bureaucracy of registration alone does not motivate you to go into the business. So we are going to look into those and streamline things, so that make it easy, so that young lady who want to come, those who are in the university, who want to create something, who want to be innovative, they don't want to. Not everyone comes out one white collar job. The job is not even there.
So yeah, can't remember. Yeah, can't a year. Now you can't President Mahama. Because one more be shy. What can say about over 22 import charges be an okase. Say you can normal about port charges or better to be so this anoma. I feel no one me at say I buy gusu away young but it's a porter assistance no. The kind do nyanya back cry. You nyantitis. But plans are underway to do remember.
One,
me say
one, the budget has been read. Some taxes was peeled off. Some that we are looking for is
no. I'm talking about the port.
That is the port I'm talking about.
Oh, okay.
So COVID is what we are looking for to go. Special import levy 2%. We are looking for it to go. It hasn't gone yet.
I said COVID levy there. That's all.
It hasn't gone yet. Yes. So we are looking forward to see the rationalization, the reforms that they want to do. That is why we discuss the Jomama rationalization of the port. And so as to speak now, apart from say steady stability that the government has brought in now, they haven't taken off any tax at the port.
And the question that me bisa asane say, I see the statistics here bafo. Your projection kwani e read me say bia by June, 9 na by ending of June 9 hit 10%, but the ekeka kona have be 5 cities. E be ndu okra.
No, that's what I'm talking about. We have to do more exports. More time that but take basket weavers. You have to do more export and your forest more back. But government will have to back.
You do ma guta force yente no maso ni ade. Na ebi mu so fair no mo ka kire nse ene mpelifo bi no ma din komo chese. Se mo ka se yente no maso a dollar na ba for mete so a port charges ne de tia na tie. Eti se me kwati no maso sisi a na se me sika no kwaya ketwa na me fi se dollar na ba fom. Eti mate no maso na bia me kofa no ma na me ba. Afa me ba no port charges so na abanda da no ho na ne ebu yekom ne eda so ho no ma. Now why then do you have to pressure me to I said maintain me normal so and then can
okay me that's I'm happy that you are very intelligent in your field of questioners. The attorney say if abanda da no ko fanema free man ne ba sa 22 line items na and it's still there and that's all. But at that time custom were using maybe let's say 16 cities and now 15 cities in calculating duty ne etiaba from 10 cities you make some savings. So said now you are paid that could have been around 15 cities or 16 cities now. It's now 10 cities. So if assuming say you were using your invoice value is 100,000 until tax company now have cost you 20,000. 20,000 that you have used to convert it because you convert it to Ghana cedi and pay. So that's how you make boom.
I get it. It means that dollar the calculation.
Yes.
You see, atiaba from there's no need to cut off this time. You say port charges now.
Oh,
because a dollar the back from we also need.
Oh, my brothers, yeah, but I tell you for a big platform. I'm going to take it and explain it. COVID levy, no, we are no more in COVID. I don't know. Yeah, that's what you are. Obiti mo use COVID levy to be able to pay the transporter. Fan ne mako kumase. Ana tamale. Ana me bok me krum boko. What you say? And it's no more there. And we want it to go off. So special import levy 2% no. No. It's a sunset clause. It was supposed to go off in 2017. Abandon Alabama almost say we want to collect a cry. We want to collect a cry to swab a. It has not gone. It used to be 1% and 2%. Okay, it was the 1% that was scrapped in the Bandadano, and after COVID buy no, and not what decided buy as COVID levy no. What do I say? So it's still running. That means those two taxes is still running concurrently. We want it to go. Tax if you so hard to say we got your duty, no to your health insurance. Now I say me to calculate net health insurance. No to your get fund. Now I say net get fund. And by that no or buy no we got your import duty and VAT and get fund and health insurance used to be one standing tax. They decouple it. So you pay 20% import duty of 100,000 value. Maybe the duty component become like 20,000. You have to add it back to 100,000, 120,000. Then they will not take 2.5 get fund. Then you add it back. They will not take health insurance. Then you add it back. Then they will not tell you net health insurance, net get fund. Meaning some of them must go off.
Okay. So
the explanation is that those who are saying, say, oh, Kamaba, say me got you to have one. Okay. As I gave you the scenario, say you were paying it at 15 cities or at 14 cities. Now a page I think last week it was 12 and something, 12.3 or so, and then about 10. So tomorrow it must reflect. So if it's reflect 10 point something now, that's why Nema within that week, no. If you are paying duty of 100,000, you will no longer pay duty of 100,000.
So you agree see entity normal.
Yes, that's for sure.
Now
the other aspect say. So I have imported 3 months ago. At that time, I paid a high rate.
And then I may be sound.
Okay, yeah. I paid high rate at the port. So and
I don't know how
and so me got dollar at high rate. I cover them when I buy. So it's both sides. What you say?
Yeah.
But the good news is say it's true. But I remember you buy. So we call market. Abuzuka na katamaso na edum kumasia. And now what's your amia? Odu marketer before you start to sell your goods. No, now you call Alaji to find out how much is the rate today. So trial rate now. That's where you can now look for your unit items. Because when you are top it, you want to go and buy dollar to put it down. Because gone are the days that you sell, put the cedis down till when you want to go order your supply before you can go and look for dollar. But this one the dollar was running more than the cedi. So every time you come to the market, sometimes even within the market, within 2 to 3, 4 hours, you might see different prices. And so if you were buying dollar at 15 cities and assisting cities to go and do your trade, today, if you said this, that's so our price might go at 20 cities. Now, dollar now about 10.3. Why will you continue to price your goods at 20 cities? Maybe you can come to 15 cities. Or 40, you still make your profit. Okay. It's better you reduce and it go quick. They can go back and bring more.
Okay.
Than say, oh, that mean ye. And that's why we are appealing to J4 and our consumers. Who come market now? Don't say, oh, Awingobit I'm a customer. So all the time, I'll go to Awingobit store. You can go to 3, 4, 5 store. Compare. You don't see the same goods, the same price, the same quality. Or people you know this. So and you buy there. If Awingobit sitting watching you, the guy is selling, I'm not selling that. I'll come and find out your price. So I say your price. Yeah. So the competition is will push people to reduce price. Petroleum product from COPEC issue statement. GPRTU and concerned drivers, you know, among committee. Among so even though so. Yeah. But so you have that resistance. But at the end of the day, you know, if I go to a lot of stations here, me go ahead car. Oh yeah, so 15% or this shoe. I'm going to car. Men go to car. You do question say, hey, I'm taking you back to where
situation now will compel you to
absolutely. So what we are looking for is sustainability of what is happening. Okay. So that those who are holding the dollars, they will bring it back to the market.
Okay. A binder than what? Or introduce a benchmark value. I mean discount policy. Yeah, or they buy. Now more enjoyer, more importers now more enjoy. So they asked you to say, "Real and chabatemo time no more yes and come so someone shank or for no one no maso." And no man yet in conforcing the more yet bab a buy man with discount to crown still not the more one and more tone. So the bitch then a winning day a buy the most more share a the force or montetes. What is the difference?
We don't add orange with apples. And I can say.
Aye.
Me krum can ba mo back by get cook by I say unim pitu
yeah.
Send and the brew pitu no.
Aye.
Obi wo ho or yes and to kono ya no say they should use it to do PTO no, but that PTO is for funeral PTO. There's another one you are going to bury it for to some your friends, our ancestors. You want that after after farming when we harvest bountifully. We want to thank our ancestors for taking it to farm and bring them back safely. Banter harvest. No, you don't mix those millet together. What do you say? So the issue is that me from the one me can 2022 me can say sa be my value na mo kan na ya awam ya dada ya wakadem. Look, say at that time their communicators all can say, oh, abana e tax our habo. The vice president didn't have the right to go and sit at College of Surgeons and announce that my reduced staff without going to parliament. Did you see them go to parliament? What they were not doing, what they were doing was they were robbing importers. Because once a customer say at all costs they must collect this amount of money for you, the afino. What do you say? And they say Asaki kofani import ni goods bar now presenting the invoice value. Say me and mokoto nema no. To say ko buso katamanso. Nipa na no kofa nema no buy. The catcher say me kofa nema no. Me invoice value $100,000 and 100,000 Ghana cedis. Most kinkina move to page na 150,000 and at 200,000. They say move a mama benchmark values. You will now give me a discount. What do you say? So when they were doing that, then the Ghana for so say, okay, well, if the music know how to play, we also know how to dance. Is that not it? So many people were now taking their good Lome and finding ways, and Africa was finding ways and bringing it. So they realized that no, why more goods were coming from Lome to Ghana, and as a result of when they were lifting the benchmark values so much on the reason, you double the cost for the importer. He cannot bear it. WTO, World Trade Organization, says that accept my invoice value. Many say 100,000. Why you say it's 150,000? And assessment on 150,000. That was why they said they give 50% benchmark value. Okay. So they were now accepting invoice values.
I get you.
That doesn't mean there was a tax. Say what Fiji say. So Obia can say ye tax my on fre. They try tax crown. They try time at your parliament because when they want to abolish the what special import 1% no. Say finance minister parliament. The then finance minister. Okay. When to force want to abolish lotto what call it the lotto tax or
betting tax
and e-levy no. So called parliament.
You went to parliament. Yeah.
So these people didn't go to parliament. There was no any tax that was what they were doing was putting pressure on us and we fought it.
Yeah, time now so Mr. Fachebe. Now, you for we seen twapo, you find NND. Say you pay say you sustain.
I thought you should have taken some 10 minutes they will discuss because I also want that for to call
yeah, time no I would say Mr. Wadama. I would say you pay say $1 digina. You na you can see import driven economy no. You say import
no export economy driven.
Na you import no money more import no money ne can who be na your dollar me see no pressure abaso. Okay. So see if I buy cash okay, me find me do so many policies or programs to make sure say dollar no you be continue ache dollar na jama see no ho heading. Eti mo amo import no maba no. Your mama cut off point say a certain percentage say be a more would mean ko fam do same farmer afimu ni na no mo import say be a more 30%. And then some ko krade ba 30% more chama mo e ba sa na mo bebo.
Okay, you are testing the water. And I say what could assembly or we no person oboya man. The much manufacturer say yes, say you did more pa. I think it's over $400 million or so. The crime more Ghana. I have been saying and I do to say frozen chicken is about $400 million or so.
Metric tons.
No. $400 million. Yes. So even if they say $200 million should be bought from local and $200 million should be bought, it will do our economy very good. I am for that. But the point here is, if you want to give us a percentage of rice, you must make sure that we have the availability of the local. Say you are producing up to maybe 800,000 metric tons, and we shared last time it was 1 million plus metric tons in the buy. So maybe you have difference number. and there's availability, say there won't be insecurity of food. There won't be food because mind you, we are not just importing. We are bringing to show. I don't that say you knew how Kabasa and Ghana.
Me can say feed Ghana. I is successful once.
Good. So we are talking of a medium, long term.
Yes,
we are not talking of because I'm not singing the song of those who say because I'm talking about say feed Ghana project. I'm for it. Medium to long term. Yes, why not? Medium to long term. Why not? Even many importers may even want to even go into processing. If I buy the more good policies about now very conducive, people are going to borrow maybe at let's say 6% per annum to start production, and even utility tariff will come down. That's one of the key areas that is killing Ghanaian manufacturing. Even many companies, I can tell you, Guinness, Ghana, Accra, Malta, Guinness, and whatever, they all import to show up. So give us a utility tariff, good utility tariff, lower interest rate, and you see we can produce more. And that one we are talking about 3, 4, 5 years to 10 years. I'm all out for it.
All right, Mr. Awingobit, you better